Wrong. Howdy kids, and welcome to a new installment of Weekend Wankshop, here with your good buddy, Uncle Ben. Now I hate to be Mr. Negativity all up in here, but this tab book is fake news. That tab book is filled with inaccurate transcriptions of pretty much every song on that record, but the transcription for the intro of Take No Prisoners is especially bad. Granted, due to the extremely high tempo and the super distorted guitars and stuff, it's not exactly easy to make out what's going on with those guitar parts. But lucky for you guys, I spent most of yesterday poring over the isolated guitar track as well as the isolated bass track, plus watching as many different live videos of them playing the song as I could. And I've come up with what I think is the most accurate way yet to play this. I'm even going to provide some proof for the skeptics out there after the lesson. But before we start cracking into it, let's hear it again at Step Dave speed. You can find a full mega tab for this week's riff on my Instagram page. Be sure to go find Ben Eller Guitars and give me a follow. Find the tab for this week's lesson and then upload a video of yourself playing it along with the hashtag Weekend Wankshop. Okay, the first thing that you hear is what I call the power chord riff. This is going to be an F sharp power chord on the 2nd fret low E and the 4th fret A string. It's going to hit that 4 times. After that, what we're going to play is a little palm muted sequence on the low E string that goes open 3, open 2, open. So that's open 3, open 2, open. Fingering wise, you could do that with your 2nd finger, like. But after watching a lot of videos of Dave playing it, I noticed that he does a little position shift right there. So if you want to play it just like Dave, you'll move your whole hand up to the 3rd fret, then back to the 2nd fret. And for the picking on that, you'll obviously be doing 4 downstrokes for the power chords. But then part of the key to getting the rhythm feeling right whenever you do that open 3, open 2, open thing, start with an upstroke. Like that. Up, down, up. That's really critical because if you try to go down, up, down, then you got to come right back with another downstroke. Just kind of breaks the time feel a little bit. So be sure when you do the run, up, down, up. Just like that. Play that 3 times in a row. After that, we reach what I call the run section of the riff. This is the part that every tab is completely wrong about. It goes like this. And like I said, I'll show you proof after the lesson here. What you're going to do here is on the low E string, you're going to palm mute and play 2, 1, open. After this, come back and play the 3rd fret low E. That's 2, 1, open, 3rd. Next, what you're going to do is play that 2, 1, open on the E again, and then play your open A string. So that's 5th string open right there. And then after that, you're going to play 3, 2, 1, open. Like that. Now, that is the original way the riff is played, and that's how he used to play it live. I've noticed that in more recent years, he started changing the A part to this. So in other words, instead of hitting the open A, he now hits the 5th fret low E string A note. It's the same note. I suspect that's just because it's a little easier to control a fretted note than it is an open string, especially considering the last thing that you played on the E was an open note. If you're not careful, then you hit the open A string. You can get those two kind of ringing out together like that. So if you do it fretted, it's a little easier to control, but I like the timbre of the open string better. You're going to want to alternate pick all those starting on a downstroke for all of those little sets of notes. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. After that, you just play all that same stuff again. After this, he starts playing what I call the short version of the riff, which is where you play the power chord riff, immediately followed by the run section. And he does that 3 times in a row. So you've got 2 times through the long version, 3 times through the short version. After that 3rd time through the short version of the riff, you're just going to play the run twice in a row. After that's when we go into that chromatic riff that to me reminds me of like a Rain and Blood era Slayer kind of thing. This is all alternate picked and very lightly palm muted. What you're going to do here is to play 2-1 open on the E. Then what you're going to do is to come up a fret and play 3-2 open. Next, go back down and play 2-1 open. Come back up and play 3-2 open. So that has been... After this, what you're going to do is to play 3-2-1 open. 3-2-1 open. Play it through again kind of slowly here and call it out as I go. We have the long riff the first time. Second time. Short riff. Second time. Third time. Then just the run. Then the chromatic riff. Now here's how it goes according to this horseshit tab book. Now the first part here, they got that right. Then the second part, still right. The third part they have as, which is ridiculously wrong. And then the little run part they have is, which is completely wrong. Let me show you why. Most of the transcriptions and lessons I've seen for this riff have you doing that 5th to 4th up on the low E string, not even using the 1st fret low E string or the open A string at all. But fortunately, there's a really excellent live video on YouTube if you look for Megadeth Take No Prisoners Live San Diego 1990. We're fortunate enough that it is just some guy right at the front of the stage with his camera just on Dave. Just a great close-up of how that riff is played. Check this out. Look at old Mega Dave there just mean mugging it for us. Now keep in mind this is played at early 90s cocaine speed, so it's pretty blazing. But what I want you to really watch for is, do you see this area here at the 1st fret of the guitar? Thankfully Dave's playing that Jackson with a really huge shark fin inlay so we can clearly see what frets that he's using. Right there is the 5th fret on the E string. You'll notice he never goes up to there on the E. And pay really close attention to his first 2 fingers down here on the 1st and 2nd frets. Again, there's 1st and 2nd frets. Really obvious during these parts. Yep. I've really enjoyed doing these riffs decoded kind of things here on the channel for you guys. I really like going through those isolated guitar tracks and live videos and really getting in there and picking out what exactly is going on. So please leave me a comment below and let me know what classic riffs you've never seen played or transcribed accurately that you'd like to see me cover on the channel. Extra cool points if it's from any of the big 4 thrash bands. Thank you guys as always for watching this video. Please like it and subscribe to my channel. You guys can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Ben Eller Guitars. You can find my Facebook fan page over on facebook.com/Uncle Ben Eller. Also be sure to drop me an email and ask about booking some Skype lessons with me. benellerguitars@gmail.com. Also, if you understand how sick this shirt is, be sure to listen to my horror movie review podcast, Dead and Lovely. Find us on iTunes and SoundCloud. Thanks again for watching. Stay tuned for another sick lick next week.